Hey y'all, this is Wrestling Color Podcast right here on YouTube, and I'm Stephanie. Make sure you subscribe, first of all, because it's free. Make sure you thumbs up the video, because that's free too. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. All of that's free. And make sure you get into all my other content that's available. Over 100 episodes of me talking about shit that ain't nobody gonna talk about. Trust me, no one's talking about what I'm talking about. A lot has happened. A lot. Like, I'm probably going to do like a blitz because I need to hit on all of these topics. School is going well for both of us, for me and my boo. It's not as strenuous right now, so I got a little downtime to kind of cut loose. So I'm cutting loose. Let's talk about who's in the picture. Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanche. If you don't remember Tessa Blanchard, that's Tully Blanchard's baby gal. She was Impact, wrestled that guy that spits up in the air and catches his own mucus in his mouth, and then I proceed to throw up. She wrestled him, won the man championship, won the Diamonds Championship. Tessa Blanchard, you know, I saw her go at it with Big Swole. By the way, Big Swole. Round of applause for Big Swole. Big Swole persuaded me to watch AEW Dark. Her and Diamante went at it in a 3 strikes you're out match. Big Swole, everybody. Oh, make sure if you don't know much about Big Swole, just roll down. I gotta get to know Big Swole right there. For she even popped. I already told y'all to get to know her. I love her face. Cedric Alexander's wife, if you are not aware. Big Swole out there doing her thing. And also she has, I believe, Crohn's disease, which is a disease of the bowels, of the digestive system and all that. Guts be hurting, can't work. And she does partake in the cannabis. But that woman went out there and slammed that damn woman on her neck. And I said, damn. Both moves are on my Instagram. I also want to give a shout out to Ember Moon. Ember Moon went ahead and lost 35 pounds. She looks fabulous. Ember Moon was going up against KLR on the last NXT that we know. Because NXT is getting revamped. It's going into a whole new realm. The last NXT that we know at the end of the era, no more Poppy, okay? That was her match against KLR. Carly Rae, I forgot her name, Carly Rae. I think it's Carly Rae, right? Kaylee Lee Ray, yes. Excellent match. There was a point where Ember grabbed her leg, flipped over her head, landed on her neck. I don't know what the fuck the move was, but I did post it on my Instagram. Y'all go enjoy. Excellent. Black Girl Magic. Full effect. Black Girl Magic. Also, there was a heavy discussion with Brandy Rhodes and Big Swole chimed in and everyone chimed in on shit that I've been talking about on this podcast since I started the podcast. Because the whole reason why I started the podcast was pushing for more representation of black women, black men in professional wrestling, whether it's entertainment wrestling or pro wrestling. With that being said, there was a huge conversation about representation. Some people, you know, the typical palm-colored folks is just like, what are you talking about? The Latinos came in like, well, you know, tiptoe into the conversation like, well, you know. And the black folks is like, motherfucker, you already know what we're talking about. We true to this. We not new to this. We true to this, okay? I want motherfucking representation. Brandy Rhodes had a misstep, went nuts, had to come back with some other shit. I'll probably talk about that in another podcast. But that's been going on. Really good conversation about representation. I enjoyed it. Made me feel good. Bianca Belair had a article I posted on my Twitter. Her take on representation was so grand. That is the reason why I fucks with the EST of WWE. Yes, I'm still reeling from her SummerSlam loss. Yes, I bought those tickets to Extreme Rules in fucking July because I just knew I was going to see champ Bianca Belair, and then SummerSlam happened and that was too late. So yes, I will be at Extreme Rules with me and my boo. We going. I got my Adam Cole and the Babies hoodie. He got a hoodie from Up Down Down too, so we're waiting on that to come in, and we're gonna go and enjoy the show because WWE is pro entertainment wrestling. Okay, there's a difference now. There is a clear difference now. Whole lot been going on over there on AEW. It's just a lot. If you're a wrestling fan, whoo, I'm discovering black wrestlers left and right, and it's just so fucking awesome, and it's a good time. It's a good time. I think right now is a good time to be a black wrestling fan and a black female wrestling fan. Also, since I think the new NXT revamp is not only going to be colorful and fresh and fun, I think it's going to be real hip-hop centered, because hip-hop is the voice of the generation, whether you like it or not. Something that was started in the ghettos of the Bronx by some poor-ass black kids and some Latinos that like the break, specifically Puerto Ricans, is now worldwide consumed culture. You can thank the African Americans for that. Thank the black Americans for hip-hop. Here we go. I don't know about this new age shit, but that old hip-hop, Eric B. Rakim and all of them, yes, beautiful. The theme song you are hearing is by Wale, by the way. Wale. I remember he cussed us out when we saw him. He opened for... Did he open for Usher? It was either Usher or Jay-Z. I went to Jay-Z's concert for the Black album, and then or with the Blueprint, and then I went to Usher for the Confessions tour, and I had a good time at both. And Wale was the opening. I believe Kanye West opened for Jay-Z. Before, not God Kanye, just Kanye from Chicago. Through the Wire Kanye opened for Jay-Z at that time. Wale cussed us out because we wasn't into the shit he was giving. So, congratulations to him. He's hooked up with WWE. Okay, so what we talking about? Now we got that 7 minutes in. We talking about Tessa Blanchard. This ain't gonna be long. We talking about Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard is nuclear heat. She is an atomic bomb. She is Hiroshima and Nagasaki all rolled into one. And because of this nuclear heat, Tessa Blanchard cannot get on the two main juggernauts at the moment: All Elite Wrestling and World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't even think she can go back to Impact because the way she left was janky. You still got Ring of Honor, you got New Japan. I don't think anybody want to touch her. If you want to understand why, it's because maybe about a year or two ago, and even then it was a little bit further back, reports surfaced that she was out there whooping up on some Afro-Latino female wrestler, spit in her face, called her a nigger with the ER. That's why I said it like that. Nigger. Called her that. They said she was very difficult to work with. She was wilding out. Ain't nobody want to deal with her. But that usage of the N-word and then you spit on someone did it for me. If you also want to get a recap, I have a video about Tessa Blanchard. Her face is right there, killing me softly. You go ahead on down and listen to that. So here's the thing, and I know this is shocking, right? It's bad enough that we have to deal with Hulk Hogan periodically, and because he's so hateful and racist, now that we found out, he could barely walk. So WWE still rolls Hulk Hogan out to the black fans' chagrin, and some white fans too. A lot of fans are just like, can you just fucking stop? They won't. We got Jackson Riker running around looking a hot double fucking mess, and he's right where he needs to be, running after the 24/7 title. Because I don't want to see someone who dressed in blackface to talk shit about black people and anything else on my fucking screen. Okay? If you don't know, Jackson Riker was a part of the Forgotten Sons, and he fucked that up for the whole group. Two of the guys are gone. He's the only one still standing. And if you don't know why he's still standing, it's because of the way he looks. He's a built, muscle-bound, white dude, and Vince likes that. He likes big, muscle-bound, meaty men, okay? All right. So with that being said, I find it respectable that these promotions have the wherewithal to do something so simple as to not fuck with her. Because you made it, you fucked up, you did something you had no business, and now you're dealing with the consequences. Okay? But then in the same breath, someone I was watching on one of the podcasts, they brought up how long will she be punished for the things she did. So that's a good question because Robert E. Lee's statue was taken down in South Carolina, and it was put there 133 years after the Civil War by the Daughters of Confederate. That's a whole nother history lesson. I'm not going into it. Robert E. Lee is a psychotic stone cold killer who wanted to keep slavery an institution because it was bringing the South plenty money, and he wasn't going to let no motherfucker stop him from doing it, okay? So should we move on from what Robert E. Lee did, forgive him, and leave the statue up? A lot of people would say yes. Some people say Tessa Blanchard didn't do shit. Yes, I compared Tessa Blanchard to Robert E. Lee. She used the N-word, and he damn sure did too. Some people believe she didn't do nothing, even though it's been already confirmed by the girl who was the victim and other ladies in the locker room. I can understand there's one person. I can understand there's two people. Three people, I'm like, what? But if you got a plethora of women saying you a piece of shit, I have to incline to believe them. So the question is, should Tessa Blanchard be allowed to wrestle? Here, this is Wrestling in Color's thoughts on that. If Tessa Blanchard is given a spot to wrestle, will I watch her climb the women's division and have a belt, knowing this bitch done went crazy, called people the N-word, and me as a black woman and a female wrestling fan, I'm supposed to sit there and enjoy that? Absolutely not. I cannot separate the art from the artist. No. That's my reply. No. Tessa Blanchard needs to find something else to do. But if they do hire Tessa, she needs to stay in the back. She needs to stay in the back, put on AEW Dark. I don't know where the fuck you need to do it. I don't know where you need to do it. Put up with WWE. She could be on Main Event. I don't want to see her. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Hold on. Goddamn. I got this incense burner. And it's one of them big-ass fat ones. It's just working me over. Anyway, I have no desire to see her on my TV. That's it. You know, I was rooting her and cheering her on when she was going up against Sami Callihan, that's his name. And she was doing stuff women never did before. And all of this was going on during Ronda Rousey's run. And I was like, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. Then that comes out, and I'm just thinking, like, I was cheering for this bitch, and this is how she treat people? Do y'all know how it feels to be like, ooh, I like that person, and then wonder if they're hateful on the back end? Only black people have to think like that, because, I mean, if it doesn't affect you, why would you think about it? It's a terrible thing, but it is what it is. I grew up with Hulk Hogan. I grew up with Thunder Lips and Rocky 3. Grew up with him on movies and shit. And then he out here dicking down somebody else's woman and talking about his daughter fucking too many N-words and she need to get a rich one. And she go, yeah, I'm racist. That's what he said. Yeah, I'm racist. Who wants to find that shit out after you done put energy into that fucker? No. That's my answer. No, she don't need to work. No. No. Anybody who's hateful and is detrimental to progress don't need to be in that arena. It's just as simple as that. It is what it is. Say what you want. I'm sorry. That's it. I don't have to forgive her. I don't have to. But I also don't have to look at her. And if AEW's smart and if WWE got some sense, they won't put her on my fucking TV because I'm going to turn it. And might not turn the shit back. Her daddy, I'm sure he used the N-word and was cooking and all that. Them motherfuckers back in the day. But he's not on my TV like that. So I ain't got to see that motherfucker. Okay? I don't got to see Ric Flair like that no more. Because, you know, I damn sure know Ric Flair was throwing that word around. They said Triple H was tossing it. They said all kinds of shit was going on back then. Shawn Michaels looked like he was using it on the regular. He just looked like a dick when he was younger. But I don't have to see these guys. And when we was growing up and watching wrestling, the internet wasn't a thing. So shit that they did, it's gonna come out now. Shawn Michaels could barely look out his eyeballs. Triple H, you know, I'm sending all my love over to his family and stuff because I work at a hospital and I worked in the Ross Hospital out here. And heart, anytime someone gets a heart, someone opens up your, let me pause on this. If someone opens up your chest plate, exposes your insides, and goes to work on your heart, you are never the same again, okay? I remember, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to go ahead and head on out. I was a housekeeper in the heart hospital, and I used to go in the rooms and clean, and the people, before they go, you know, they getting prepared for surgery, they always love to talk, you know, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, you getting surgery? Like, yeah, you know, I'm excited, and I just got to get this done and get it over with so I can enjoy my family, having a good time or whatever. Maybe next day, they done had the surgery, you know, a couple days later, and that same person, I'm coming in to clean the room, and they look like a fucking Mack truck hit them, okay? And I remember the same guy. I'm never gonna forget it. He was like, "Hey, you know, how you doing?" I said, "How are you?" And he started to laugh, but he couldn't laugh hard because his chest was still sewn up, and you know, and he was just like, the stuff was going off, and there was all kinds of alarms. And I was like, "Oh shit, I ain't mean to." And he was just like, "It's okay." Like I have a natural way of making people laugh. I didn't mean to make him laugh in that situation. So I send all my love to Triple H because anything having to do with your heart, your brains, your guts that somebody else got to open up and go into, it's nothing to fucking play with. So I'm gonna send my love to that. But the whole point of me bringing him up is I'm sure Triple H did have no problem throwing out the N words. The way he told Booker T with your nappy hair and your suckers. Listen, that the way he said nappy hair, that never set right with me in that clip. So, so the question to y'all, if you made this far, again, do we need to move on from Tessa's infraction and her ignorance and her disgusting behavior, so she can work and enjoy the fruits of the labors? Or does Tessa need to stay where the fuck she's at, wherever she's at? And if you ask me, she needs to stay where the fuck she's at. This is Wrestling in Color Podcast. I'm Stephanie. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Later.